For the first 40 years, For the first 40 years of my life, I kept unsuccessfully trying to sculpt a delicate Barbie out of my strong, athletic self. In the 2000s, we hadn't yet discovered the era of fit girls. We admired weightless, forever 15-year-old elfin princesses, and I did my best to match that ideal. I counted every calorie, spun the hula hoop, gave up meat, fat, bread, sweets, ate nothing but non-starchy vegetables, low-calorie fruits, and fat-free cottage cheese. A skinny cow is still not a gazelle, my father would try to reason with me, while I was genuinely happy about my sharp knees and protruding collarbones. Please eat some pilaf. You only gain weight in the right places, my husband begged. Muscles! Tell me, where did all your back muscles go? My mother cried, lifting her, by the way, rather muscular arms to the sky. At 170 centimeters and 53 to 55 kilograms, I seriously thought I was overweight and needed to finally get in shape. It all let go after the divorce, during a series of endless trips across France, Switzerland, Italy, the UK, and the Netherlands. Skiing in the Alps in winter, Christmas in Alsace, summers by the sea, and in between, the Flower Festival in Amsterdam, boat races in Oxford, and the mandatory, actually my favorite, stops at chocolate and cheese factories for the kids. That's when I discovered the divine world of French, Italian, and Swiss cheeses, and they utterly destroyed the Barbie in me. Utterly delicious, completely different from one another, goat, sheep, buffalo, with blue mold or white, with herbs, truffle, nuts, aged or fresh, each with its own character and way to be eaten. Parmigiano Reggiano, the king of Italian cheeses, which decent people grate over pasta, while indecent ones bite straight from a hefty wedge like an apple. Scamorza affumicata, smoked, a young southerner that reminds me of an upgraded version of the sausage cheese I loved as a child. Just don't tell Italian cheesemakers that. They'd die of shame from such a comparison. Reblochon, a fragrant masterpiece from Savoie, which I actually prefer cold, although Alpine cuisine insists on melting it. Camembert de Normandie, in its little wooden box. Just remove the plastic wrap and bake it right there in the fire. Chèvre, goat cheese, with or without ash. Every variety of Dutch Gouda, from the young Jonge Kaas aged 4 to 6 weeks, through the 8-month-old extra Belegen with a rich, buttery flavor, to the sweet, salty Overjarige Kaas, sparkling with tyrosine crystals, aged 3 whole years. Roquefort with blue mold, the perfect partner for a slice of fruity nut bread. Its Italian sister Gorgonzola. Eat it with pear and you'll know happiness. Gruyère, the foundation of fondue and the traditional snack served on Swiss Airlines flights alongside a milk chocolate bar. As if cheeses weren't caloric enough on their own, they're even better paired with rustic, large-poured loaves, the round boulet or the grey pain de seigle rye batons. After moving to the French Riviera, I fought to keep my figure, until I finally realized that my strong Tatar thighs and sturdy calves were not a bug, but a feature. The most admired women on the southern French beaches are those with meaty legs, the very ones we silly students used to call, in front of the mirror, chicken thighs. My God, how I've blown up. In Provence, where many locals are naturally lean, bodies tend to shrink even more with age, so solid calves and round thighs are actually signs of youth. It was in France that I learned. Round knees are beautiful, muscular arms, legs, shoulders. That's healthy. A strong core is better than a string-thin waist with weak muscles. And that extreme thinness, around here, it's not model beauty, but a sign of old age or illness. With my average height, I'm a full-blown Brunhilde in Antibes, towering ahead above my kids' teachers, even without heels, and easily reaching the top shelf in the supermarket to fetch a bar of chocolate for some grandma. I have to wear my height proudly, especially in winter, when the tall German, Dutch, and Scandinavian tourists disappear from the streets. Only in France do people tell me I have pianist's fingers. I don't, simply because local women and men have such tiny, almost childlike hands. Either way, Thumbelina was never my destiny. Time to adapt. Besides, I've been reading about the rapid loss of muscle and bone mass after 50. The only legitimate way to delay this sad process is through real strength training, not the artistic waving of 2 kilogram dumbbells, and a strict intake of quality, meaning animal, protein. Let me tell you, after lifting weights, a lettuce leaf and a slice of dry chicken breast won't fill you up. You crave rich sauce, potatoes, meat, and cheese for dessert. My recovery was long and full of setbacks. I tried to tiptoe through, rebuild muscle fibers, eat well, and still keep my weight under 60 kilograms for 170 centimeters height. That's impossible. To have muscles in your back, arms, legs, and a grilled shrimp in your mouth, and still weigh like a lamb. The scale shouted at me. Skipping dinner, I replied, and somehow squeezed myself back into 58 kilograms, only to suddenly gain 2 more. Wild thoughts crept in. Maybe my hair grew too long and heavy, like Rapunzel's. Yeah, right. That's maybe 50 grams on a good day. Must be invisible water retention. Better cut out salt, just in case. Only now have I finally accepted the fact that I can weigh 60, or, horror of horrors, even a full winter 62 kilograms, as long as part of those kilos, when squinting from afar, could be called muscle. And you? Are you already building up your precious muscles for the fast-approaching third age, or still chasing 90-60-90? Tatar mother, Gulnara, Galeeva.